Welcome back to a Faster PC live support. I know you've been waiting all week for this show. Well, you don't have to wait any longer. Get excited. This time, this is exciting. We're actually going to be helping people resolve their computer problems. We may help you resolve your computer problems. So give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Or you can head over to our Facebook or YouTube video. Either go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Go to YouTube. The YouTube channel is kind of new, and we don't have as many likes over there, but get over there and you can watch the show there as well. Or you can head to our website at fasterpc.com. We have links to both our Facebook page and our YouTube channel where you can watch this show in its entirety. And you know what? If you're driving down the road, you're doing other things, you're not able to watch right now, you'll be able to watch the show in its entirety at your convenience after the show is over. So, but if you have a computer question, if you have a computer problem, if something's not working, now is your chance to get your problem solved for free. Give us a call, 772-340-1590, and let's see whether we can help you on this show resolve your computer problem. Also, we do have technicians that are standing by in the shop ready to resolve computer problems, and we'll be there today until 2, but you don't have to wait until then. Remember, computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your questions, ready to help you resolve your computer and technical issues as well. We are also live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can actually head over and watch the show, see the show. So as we're answering questions, some of the times we'll be able to actually show you the steps that we're going through, and so you can actually watch it. And of course, if you miss anything, or maybe you're driving down the road right now, we do not recommend watching a Faster PC live technical support while you're driving down the road. You can listen, but wait until you get someplace safe to before you actually watch it, so you can watch it later. If there's any part that you missed that you want to watch, that you want to you can just head over to our website. We have actually a link right over on our website where you can see the show, you can hear the show, and then you'll be able to see what's happening. Now, last week we did talk about the really what I believe was a hacking successful hacking attempt at the county network that really took down the entire county network for the most part. I didn't hear that the sheriff's department was affected, but I know that really all of the county offices, their phones were affected. The tax collector was affected the most. It looks like a breach actually may have started there. They noticed some odd things happening, and as we mentioned last week, they must not have had the ability to isolate the computer or computers that were involved and actually shut down the entire network, and things are still not working quite right. They actually are operating in the parking lot out of buses. And I did hear last week that they were going to be able to open up the office at Tradition, but the other offices for the tax collector, you're making an appointment, and you're actually going into this bus that's in the parking lot. So pretty quite a bit of, and this is really we're like over 2 weeks of this. So, just think about those of you that are out there that have a business. Think about what would happen if your network were to shut down for 2 weeks. That's a huge problem there. Really most businesses, for the government, what is it to the government? They're going to collect our tax money anyway. So that's it really is. They're going to receive the same amount whether they have a problem or not. You're still gonna have to pay the same amount of money that you would have had to pay otherwise. Um, but what you actually have when you have a business, if your system is shut down, well, you lose. You're not collecting money if you're not able to operate. So much, and sometimes we hear people say, well, I I'm just I just think things were so much easier before we had computers. But then when the computers go down, what actually happens is they have a different story, because they realize how dependent they are on computers and the computer and technology that's out there. So this is pretty big. Definitely, one of the things that we do want to that we provide here at a Faster PC is, as we mentioned last week during last week's show, we do provide businesses and ministries, nonprofits, medical offices, doctors' offices, dental offices, lawyer, professional offices such as lawyers and accountants, as well as churches and ministries, and even individuals. We can provide you with actually cybersecurity that can actually help protect you and your computer and your network and your data from threats. Just think about what the information the tax collector has on you. They have your driver's license number. They have your date of birth. They have your address. They have really a lot of the information that would be necessary for identity theft. So it's going to be interesting as time goes on to see what actually was obtained by hackers, if there was data that was obtained by hackers, and if so, what that data is and was, and also it's going to be interesting to see how much that really costs them. I mean, they're down to 2 weeks, and obviously, as we're saying, it doesn't cost them as much as it costs you if you're a business or have an office. If you were not able to produce anything for 2 weeks, that would be huge. Obviously, the tax collector, they have been up and limping. With workarounds, they've sent asked customers to go to surrounding counties, and they've sent some of their employees to surrounding counties. They're actually processing mail in other counties, so they must be taking the mail to this other county and processing it up there, and of course doing some transactions out of a bus that they got from the state that's in some of their parking lots. So definitely not business as usual. And I know, they have improved the efficiency of, over the past several years. They've improved the efficiency of going to the tax collector, but there's always a wait. I mean, you're always going to wait. But now you're waiting quite a bit of time, and really you have to make an appointment ahead of time. It's kind of like, I don't know if you probably did go to the tax collector. If you're listing and you're in St. Lucie County, I don't know if other counties did this as well, but I know in St. Lucie County, one of the things that happened was during COVID. Of course, you had to make an appointment, and you had to come at that scheduled time. Well, you're having to do that again, and so maybe they're able to make it so you don't have to wait as much. But I know when they had those appointments, there was actually even a longer wait than if you can just walk up, which was happening before this hack happened. And again, it'll be interesting to see what steps you know, or how far the hackers got, what they were able to obtain, if they were able to obtain data. Typically, I can tell you this, typically by the time you know that they're there, they've been there for 6 months or more, and they have all of your data. So just think, if you're a business, if you're a medical office, if you're a lawyer's office, if you're an accountant's office, I mean, boy, think about the accountants out there. That's a lot of personal data, and you're looking at, the ransom is not just to get your data back, it's also for them not to release your data on the dark web. But of course, if you pay the ransom, you're trusting criminals to not, you're trusting criminals to not release your data on the dark web. So how trustworthy are they? And by the way, how much did they ask for? Well, by the time they ask for money, they know what your annual revenue is, and they also a lot of times know what you have in the bank, and so they either ask for what you have in the bank, or they ask for 10 to 20% of your annual revenue, but there are steps that you can take, whether you're an individual, whether you're a business, whether you're a ministry, nonprofit, a medical office, a dental office, a professional office. There are steps you can take to protect yourself and your data.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090. 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftIn support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
That's right. Yes, you do. And we are back ready to answer your computer, technical, cybersecurity questions. And one of the topics that we're going to cover starting today, I know there's a lot of you that think about and maybe even go out and buy a new computer, and you look at the deals and you say, wow, this is a great deal. It only costs this much money. One of the things we see is that, first of all, sometimes people buy a new computer that's slower than the one they already have. Secondly, sometimes the computer that you already have may be fast enough if you just did an upgrade to it. And then again, how do you make sure that if you buy a new computer that you actually buy one that's faster than the one you already have? So we'll be covering this topic. We probably won't get through it all the way today, but of course, because we, in addition to answering the questions, we'll be actually and training you really, we actually will also be also we're going to be covering, there's several things that you need to look at with this. So one thing is that when you're thinking about buying a new computer, you really do need to think about, is the computer you are going to buy needed? Or could you actually speed up your computer by upgrading your computer? And really, the answer to that is going to be dependent on a few things. One of the things that people don't realize sometimes is the reason that their computer is slow. Sometimes people say, hey, my computer is so slow, I just need to get rid of it and get another computer. But one of the things that we do here at A Faster PC is we speed up computers. And quite often we can speed up your computer so that it's quick. And we actually can, first of all, go in and look and see what is going on. Why is the computer slow? And I'll actually just show you a little bit of the steps of that here, and I'll verbally describe this for those that are listening on the air, for those that are listening out there. On the radio, I'll verbally describe this, but I'm going to switch over to a full screen so that people can actually see what we're doing. So one of the things that you want to look at first and foremost is you want to look at the speed of your, you want to look at what's causing your system to run slowly. And as I mentioned, we can help you with this if this gets a little bit too complicated or sounds like maybe something that you don't really want to tackle yourself. But one of the things I would recommend, shut your computer down. To do that, you click on the Start button. In the Windows 10, Windows 7, that's in the lower left-hand corner. Windows 11, it's more toward the middle of the screen or the taskbar, unless you've moved it back to the left, which you can do with Windows 11. But you want to click on that, and then you want to click on the power button or shut down. It's going to be different in different operating systems. And go ahead and go through the process of shutting your computer down. From that point, you want to turn your computer back on. So you're going to boot your computer up. When your computer gets to the desktop, of course, you might have to log in with a PIN, or some people use a password. Some people use their face. Some people, your computer just boots right into Windows. You don't have to deal with you don't have to type a password in. But what you're going to want to do almost immediately from getting up to the desktop, what's going to happen is you're going to have programs that are loading. If you have an antivirus program, that's going to load. If there's going to be various programs that are going to load, some of them probably from the computer manufacturer that are going to load. There's going to be some programs from Windows. If you have OneDrive installed on your computer, which has been a part of Windows 10, you can get it in Windows 8 also, but most of our listeners are going to be using Windows 10 and Windows 11. It's a part of Windows 10 and 11. Let me just show you this. Over in the lower right-hand corner, you're going to have various programs that are going to load. And these programs are going to include the programs I've already mentioned, plus the wireless network connection part of the operating system. There's a little arrow by default that you can click, and it'll show you other programs that are loaded and running in the background. So you can actually see the various programs that are running. And some of these you're not going to have, but I definitely have more than what a lot of people would have and use. But you're going to have programs that run. You might have programs that are designed for your printer, and so on and so forth. So all of these things you're going to load. Of course, your operating system is loading also, and sometimes people have programs that are not needed that are loading. Well, one of the things you want to do as soon as you get into the desktop, you don't want to wait until all of this loads. You want to actually open up the Task Manager. You can do that by either pressing Control, Alt, Delete. So you press Control and Alt and then hit Delete. On some computers, that'll launch the Task Manager. On other computers, it'll bring up a screen where you can choose to launch the Task Manager, change your password, or to, well, let me just show you what that would do. So if we do Control Alt Delete, okay, so this screen comes up. I'm not sure exactly if you can see that, but you see lock, switch user, sign out, change password, Task Manager. Control Shift Escape though will always bring up the Task Manager. So we're going to bring up the Task Manager here, and when we bring up the Task Manager, this is the Windows 11 view, which is different than Windows 10. In Windows 11, you have various options that go down the left side. In Windows 10, the options are in tabs that go across the top. But the first one you're going to come to will show you all of the processes that are running. It'll show you the percentage of the CPU that's being used. And it'll show you the percentage of your RAM that's being used. It'll show you the percentage of your hard drive that's being used. So what we're going to want to do is, first of all, just look at these. So you see that my computer right now, I'm using 46%, 45%, 44%. It's going to fluctuate. That's a pretty high percentage, but really at startup, if your processor is a little bit slow, your processor might even be up at 100%. We've seen that sometimes where the processor's slow. And by the way, it happens even with new computers. Like I said earlier, it's possible to buy a new computer that has a processor that's too slow. But you can actually click on any of these columns and sort by what's in the column. And you see, if I do that, you see that OBS Studio, I'm using that to stream to this show to Facebook and to YouTube. That's using up I've seen probably around 15, 16, 17% of my CPU, which the CPU is it's the central processing unit. Everything that happens on a computer is mathematical calculations, and the CPU carries out those mathematical calculations. Now, in some cases, on some computers, there's also a GPU, which is a graphical processing unit that's also on the CPU. So some computers have, some Intel and AMD computers have that built into the CPU. But you see the OBS Studio is using up 15% or so. Microsoft OneDrive, I forgot to pause that before I started this show. You see it's using up around 5%. Zoom, which I'm using to connect to WPSL and WCNO, it's using up around 5 to 6% as well. Desktop Windows Manager is using up like 3 or 4%, and you see it kind of goes down. Some of these will pop up and use more. I'm using Firefox also is using some processing power, and I'm also connecting to Facebook and YouTube through Firefox as well. So that's a pretty important program to have running. But you can actually see what programs are running, what programs are using up the majority of your CPU. When you start up your computer, your antivirus will load, and when your antivirus loads, it will take up more of your CPU than other times. You also will see the amount of memory. Now, this is temporary memory. It's RAM, random access memory, which is temporary memory. It's the amount of memory, or it's when you turn your computer on, your operating system or a portion of your operating system loads into RAM. The programs you use, including those programs that load at startup, those load into RAM, and you actually see the software running, and you'll see the percentage of RAM that is being used. You see on my computer, Firefox is using up the majority, and I have a few different tabs open. I've been doing a few things this morning during the show, before the show, and of course I have 2 tabs that are open, streaming to Facebook and to YouTube. So the more tabs you have open, the more memory you're going to use. And you see the disk as, I've seen it, I think, as high as 6 or 7%. Right now it's at 3%. On the second tab here will give us some more information, or the second option will give us some more information about the various components that are running on the computer. And again, with Windows 10, this is going to be across the top. It'll be the second tab there. But you see the CPU, you can see a graph of the CPU that shows the percentage used. 100% means that all of it's being used. 0% would mean that nothing is being used at that point. You're not going to get to 0%. But, on a normal operation, when you're not streaming like I am, you might be 5 to 10 to 15% when you're not really doing much. And then you open up a program and it'll spike up a little bit, depending on how fast your processor actually is. We'll show you in some subsequent shows how you can tell how fast your processor is, and even compare that to some of the newer processors that are out there. In fact, if you were looking at a computer, that's one of the things we're going to teach you how to do, is to show you how to test that and make sure that you're buying that processor is faster than the one you're buying. Because if it's not, you're wasting your money buying a new system. You look at memory. Now, I have 36 gig. Well, I have, I guess, 40 gigabytes of RAM. So this is, quite a bit of RAM. Most people don't have 40 gigabytes, but I have 8 gigabytes that's soldered onto my motherboard. I have one slot, and I have a 32 gigabyte module in there. And I believe I'm using about 4 gigabytes for video. And so that gives me about 36 gigabytes free. And right now I'm using up about half of it, a little bit less than half of it. It's pretty common for Windows, regardless of how much RAM you have. If you have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM, it's pretty common for Windows 10 or Windows 11 to use about half of it, especially when you start running programs. When I boot up my computer, I'm at about 25%, which really is using up more than 8 gigabytes. So, you think I'm starting out with using more than what some computers actually have. And then we look at the storage drives. Now, when we look at the storage drives, this is where you're really going to see a big load on a lot of computers, especially if you have a platter hard drive. You see, I have two SSD drives in my computer. My primary or my secondary drive is using 0 right now because I'm not writing to it. I'm not reading from it, so there's 0% on that. And then my C drive and my E drive, which the C drive is my primary drive. That's where Windows is installed and most of my programs are installed. And the E drive is actually where a lot of my data is, my OneDrive data. And again, I forgot to pause that before the show started. And so you see OneDrive actually using up some of my hard drive access and so on. But I'm actually also recording this show just in case there's a problem. I can restream this show to our Facebook and YouTube channel. I always do that. So I'm recording this show, and that's going to my E drive as well. Those are all, even though there's two different drive letters, they're both on one physical drive. So we'll talk more about this when we come back from the next break. And of course, we're also be ready to answer your questions.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC has been here, and as Florida begins to open for business,
The Faster PC.
will remain open to repair computers 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 Saturdays. We offer curbside drop-off and pickup and on-site service where a Faster PC can come to you. And we can fix many computer problems remotely without requiring any in-person contact. A Faster PC is also working to help our customers set up remote access so that employees can continue to work and be productive from home. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 next to the new Dollar General in Port St. Lucie, and on the web at
www.fasterpc.com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. Again, that's 772-878-5978. Even in times like these, when you have computer problems,
You need a faster PC.
welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to A Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for A Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
That's right. Hey, we're back. We're ready to answer your computer and technical questions, your cybersecurity questions as well. And we do have some folks waiting in the wings to answer questions. We're going first to the lines. We have Anne Marie. Welcome to A Faster PC Live Technical Support. How can we answer your question today? How can we help you?
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to ask a question related to the hacking that took place in St. Lucie County.
Yes.
Those of us that have our personal data in that system, if something was to be taken as far as our information, what obligations do they have as local government to help us through the process if something did happen to the identity in our information?
Certainly, that's a good question. So there's a few parts of that, and the question really is, what obligation does St. Lucie County government have to the citizens? And really, if you are a resident of St. Lucie County or a property owner of St. Lucie County, particularly the resident, you're going to have a lot of information that they're going to have, including, again, your driver's license, date of birth, your address. So those are pretty important data points there. Now, so they have the state of Florida requires not only government entities but any business that is hacked that has someone's data. If you're a business, if you're a nonprofit, if you're a medical office or a church or a ministry, if you're hacked and you have data, you have to, first of all, notify the state, you have to notify the law enforcement, and you have to notify the individuals whose data was compromised. And so that all has to happen within a short period of time, really. Once they realize that your data was accessed, they typically have about 30 days to notify you. Now, as far as what is going to happen, as far as, first of all, they're going to have to determine what data was accessed, if data was accessed. And then they're going to have to come up with some sort of option. What has happened and what did happen with, if you remember, the Experian breach that affected about half of Americans with not only your date of birth and your name and your address, but also your social security number, which is very important. And really, people that were affected in that have to file their taxes quickly. Really make sure put locks on their credit and all kinds of things to really help protect them. But what they did, and what a lot of companies do, is they will provide you with a year or two of LifeLock or a service similar to that will actually do credit monitoring. So it really doesn't, and they really can't take if your information is out there, if it's on the dark web, you're not going to get it off. I mean, it's not like you could go to the criminals and say, hey, I'm going to beat you up if you take my data, if you don't take my data off. They're in another country. You can't get to them. And you're not going to pay them money to take it off. Even if you did, they probably would just take it if they had a system where you could pay them money to take it off. They would take it off of that site and they would put it up on another site on the dark web. So these are thugs. So really, you can't get your data away from the hackers. But typically that's what has happened. Of course, you could actually have a class action lawsuit, and that's what really the companies that are breached are hoping to avoid, and a government entity that's breached would hope to avoid as well. So we'll have to wait and see. And it's interesting, really, when you look at the county, the communication coming from the county itself, you see very limited information. The tax collector has been the one, and of course they're the ones that were breached. But they have been they have been the ones that have been the most forthcoming. Although I haven't seen anything about what might have been. What data might have been accessed, and maybe they don't know yet. I do know that the county did mention that they are preserving all forensic data, so that because what has to happen when you have a threat like this, when you have an attack like this, you can't just go in and delete all the stuff and reformat the hard drive and reset everything up. You've got to preserve a line of what actually happened. Investigators need to be able to come in and determine what was accessed, how it was accessed. They can see the tools that were on the system. From those, looking at those tools, they can determine who did it. They know about how that group normally operates, and they have to be able to determine what actually happened on that system. So all of that is, I know that they are in the process of doing that now, but it will be interesting to see.
I just wanted to say this, is that with the insecurity of our southern border, it's really easy to see how hackers will find it more profitable to steal identities of Americans in our nation.
Yeah,
and also for our generation, I'm talking the seniors, they are more and more mistrusting of the technologies, especially the computers, now that they see the capability of hackers getting into it. It's a very hard thing to convince them that it's a good thing for them to put their personal information, because in our generation we were taught you give your Social Security to nobody.
Right. Yeah, so the the southern border definitely does affect our security in this country. I don't know how. I think it would really affect our physical security more than cybersecurity, because people could literally be in Russia, they could be in China, they could be in the Ukraine, they could be anywhere, India. They don't have to be in our country to hack into your computer. what happens most of the time is that people are tricked into letting them in, and it comes through an email, a phishing attempt that tries to capture your username and your password. It comes through an email that has an attachment, and you click on that attachment, it launches malicious code. So 91% of the threats actually happen because someone lets the hacker on their system, not knowingly most of the time. Probably not any time knowingly, really, or very rarely would it be knowing, but that's what happens most of the time. So you do want to be cautious about any emails, about clicking on links in emails, opening attachments in emails. And one of the services we provide for our customers, we have customers that call us up and say, hey, listen, I got an email. I don't know if this is legitimate or not. I don't know if I should call the number. I don't know if I should click the link. I don't know if I should open the attachment. Can you check this out? And we can hop on that customer's computer, whether it's a business or a residence or a residential computer or a ministry, nonprofit, whatever it is. We could have even helped the St. Lucie County tax collector if they would have called us and asked us. It could have saved out a whole bunch of people a lot of time and hassle. It would have been a lot less expensive to call a Faster PC to help with that. So that's something that we can help with, and we do offer that as a service. So thank you very much for the call. We're going to grab another call. Looks like we have Mark on the line. Welcome to a Faster PC Live Technical Support. Mark, how can we help you today?
Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I have a question about Outlook, and I'm running on the Windows 97. And I'm still running it because I got the disk. I bought it years ago, and why not keep using it? It works, and I like better the Word. Anyway, I recently started getting what was called the capacity, that my Outlook wasn't working because it was full. I had to start going and deleting lots of old files or emails to clear it out so I had some capacity. So I have a couple of questions. First, is there, in fact, a capacity limit in Outlook 97? Is it even changed for the current version of Outlook?
Yeah, so...
And are there software programs I can buy allow me to, on my computer, through Word or whatever, store and ship those from Outlook to another program to store so I don't have to delete them?
Yeah, so what happens with Outlook 97 through 2002, and you started out saying that you actually had a situation where you said you had Windows 97, but I think you meant Office 97, and
Office 97.
Yes, yes. So Office 97 would include Word, Excel, and there are some limitations, and one of the limitations is that your PST file, or the file that Outlook actually uses, has a limit of 2 gigabytes. So 2 gigabytes is enough for some people, but mine is probably 25 gigabytes, so, and some people have bigger, larger ones than that. Now, mine's kind of excessive. I admit that. I probably should delete. There's probably a lot of things that I can delete, but, I haven't had an old version. I haven't needed to deal with that. One of the things you can do is you can archive email. So that creates a separate PST file. So the PST file is the file that Outlook actually uses to store your data. So you can archive a portion, older emails, and they'll actually move some of your emails into the archive. So if there are emails that you actually still want, you can still keep them, you can access them, but you don't have to actually delete them. Of course, if they are emails that you don't need, you can delete them, and that'll free up space. Now, each email is not going to take up a lot of space in your Outlook file, but if you have emails that have attachments, those will take up more space. So you might want to focus on those a little bit a little bit before focusing on the other ones. Another thing you can do, and I know this version of Outlook has been working for you, but it does have limitations. If you do want to go up to a newer version, Microsoft does still sell the full software. You can actually buy it outright. They do have Microsoft 365, which is a subscription based. You always get the latest version, and you also get OneDrive storage, Microsoft's cloud storage. But if you want to buy the software outright, the version you would need at least Home and Business to get Outlook, and you can actually purchase that directly from Microsoft. We can provide it for you as well, but the latest version that is available is Outlook or Microsoft Office 2021, and again, the Home and Business would take care of that for you.
And we're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show or just want to listen to it again or watch it again, because you can do that at our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can not only hear the show, but also see the show. And when we've described and shown you how to resolve computer problems, you can actually see that and watch it over and over again at our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to our website at fasterpc.com and clicking on the links. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5. And next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL. The title to tomorrow's sermon is The Real Reason There is Conflict in the Middle East. Is this a sign we're in the end times? Part 4. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church Facebook page, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. You can find a Faster PC's Facebook page and YouTube channel by searching for a Faster PC on Facebook and YouTube, or by going to our website and clicking on the links. While there, you can actually watch the show, not only hear the show, but also watch the show and see the steps that we go through to actually resolve computer problems. A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 on the east side of US 1, just north of Rio Mar. We're also on the web at www.fasterpc.com. Again, that's afasterpc.com. And you can reach us at 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
In America, we enjoy levels of freedom that people in other nations only dream of. That freedom isn't free. We have these freedoms by the blessings of God and the sacrifices of the men and women that have served in our nation's military. From the Revolutionary War to World War I and II and other wars, to those who presently serve, thank you, because freedom isn't free.
This is WPS.